Hey guys, this is Dr. Sandy, and this is your tip, information, motivational piece. I really hope every time I do this, you're getting value out of it. And I believe the way the human mind works, how we all work, is you're always exposed to certain piece of information, and you might be listening to something and you hear it again and again, and finally something clicks. I know that's the way I work. I have to hear something. Sometimes things click right away, sometimes things take time. Sometimes there's something I've heard before and I hear it again, and I'm like, wow, that makes so much sense. So we need to, on a regular basis, do things that always remind us what to do, fresh ideas. I think that has to be a constant daily discipline, really, if you want to get the most out of life. So, the title of this video is we're going to talk about reflect. Now, what does that mean? So, I try to be very caring with my patients. I try to be very compassionate and let them know that, keep your appointments, do your exercise, or eating this food. And it's a constant, and here's what, I have patients, and man, I've been this way too. It's kind of like they're doing things, they haven't even mastered the fundamentals, and they're like, what else can I do? Give me more, give me more. And I'm kind of like, we have to master the fundamentals before we go to step two, before we even look at that. And what I would say to you is that, and again, as I say this to you, I still am going through this process. I haven't mastered everything, and I'm still learning and I'm growing, but we need to stop and also ask ourselves, do we just need more information, or do we just need to do certain things correctly? Are we even doing them? And sometimes if you're running through life and let's take a different example. So let's put chiropractic on the side for a second, but let's say someone's trying to lose weight. They're like, I'm reading all the books. I'm trying to eat well and I'm trying to exercise and I'm doing that. What you should be doing daily, if not daily, at least weekly, is say, okay, how did I do this week? Just measure yourself. Did you do everything? Did you have most of your meals being healthy? Did you exercise 5 times that week? Just measure yourself, because I think what can be very frustrating is if you're in this place where you're like, well, I'm doing everything and how come I'm not getting those results? When you actually put pen to paper or type it in a computer and say, okay, how am I actually doing? Let me stop and reflect. On a weekly basis, I'd recommend daily, but at least once a week, am I hitting my targets? Now, what happens January 1st? Everyone says, oh, this is the year I'm going to be healthy. And then depending on the research you read or, commentary you read, within a couple of weeks, within a month, most people forget about it. They're like, okay, I'll just wait till January 1st. That is not an acceptable standard. We got to take our game to the next level, guys. So what I'm saying to you is, you should be monitoring anything that's important in your life should be regularly measured. And in this case, if we're talking about health and wellness, your sleep, your energy, how you're feeling, all these kind of things, this should be measured at least on a weekly basis. And this is something you can do to yourself and just say, hey, how am I doing? And more important than even the outcomes, which you should be measuring as well, look at your behaviors, because I believe the behaviors will dictate the outcomes. So you should be asking, how am I feeling? How's my energy? But more important, what you should be asking is, okay, did I do my exercises? Did I keep my chiropractic appointments? Am I eating good? Look at your behaviors, because if you do enough of the right behaviors, if you're doing enough of the right things and you're marking and you're checking it, you will see changes. You should see changes, unless it's a very extreme case and someone's incredibly at the end of the stage health wise, or something like that. But if you it just makes sense, right? If you're doing the right things, you should see a change. The person who's studying, and yes, you could say that how you study and study smarter, but the person who probably studies a lot should do better, and it's the same thing with the human body. And we should always evaluate ourselves and say that, am I hitting my targets? Am I doing things correctly? Do I really need more information, or should I just master the fundamentals before we even talk about doing more? That would be a great place. And then ask yourself, like, am I, am I doing everything, do my work, make sure the meals are prepped and all that kind of stuff, which is important. And then saying, okay, if I have time left, I'll do my stretches and exercises. Are you saying, I'll make time for all my favorite TV programs and all this stuff, and if I have time, I'll do my prayer meditation or my gratitude journal or whatever works for you. We can't say that our health is a priority, look at our day and trying to squeeze in all the things we should be doing. What we should be saying is that, you know what? My health's a priority. I got to change things. I want to make them better. These things are critical, and I'll schedule things around it. If I have time left, I'll try to catch that TV show. If I have time left, I'll watch, those videos on YouTube or whatever that is. Obviously, with YouTube, if it's something educational, that's completely different. I meant for entertainment purposes, and it doesn't mean like you're always go go go. You're so focused, no time for fun. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm just saying if we want to change something, if we want to make your health better, you have to reflect, you have to measure. You should be measuring yourself 52 times a week. 52 times a year, once a week. Where am I at? How am I doing? Because it's so much easier to course correct opposed to I'll try something at the beginning of the year. Okay, it's summertime and like I'll try this for a bit. No, you have to constantly measure. And the more you measure, you'll see changes, you'll see things come up, and you may have a perception of yourself. You're like, wow, I thought I was stretching all the time. When I really look at it based on my journaling or whatever I've done, I only stretched twice this week. I thought I'm eating really good. Actually, if I look at it, 4 times this week I was eating foods I should have not been eating, right? So write down things, measure things, reflect. Don't just run through life. This is a much bigger concept too, beyond even health. Just you should be analyzing your life. Are you going in the right direction? Is what you're doing working? If what you're doing is working, fantastic, but acknowledge that. It shouldn't be random or something like that. You should really understand it. If something's not working, okay, we'll fix it. Maybe you're doing 5 things right, but that 6th thing could be better. And here's my challenge to you. If things are going well, what can we do better? How can we enhance things? What can we change up? But analyze, reflect, look at your life, study your life, look for patterns. And I keep making concepts. I keep writing about this. I keep making videos because it's a very big concept, because you will see patterns. You'll see things happen and you'll see less of this. Why did this happen to me? Why is this going on? You'll start to put those puzzle pieces together and you'll see changes, which is what I want for you. And I don't want you to have an okay life. I want you to have a great life where you enjoy, you have a high level of health, high level of function, so you can really live at the highest level you can. Not looking at anyone else, your maximum expression, your maximum optimization of how good you can be. Not looking at anyone else, how we can make you the best version possible. God bless. Stay strong.